Hey, this is Paul Stolt from Super Easy Apps. I just want to give you an update on my iPhone Apps 101 course. I wanted to do an update sooner, but I have just been slammed with video editing and getting started with some new tools. So I now have a teleprompter in front of me. I've rearranged my lights a little bit so they're a little bit different. I've got a new microphone here. It's a MKH50. It's on a boom, so I can just sort of pull it forward and redirect it if I need to. This one's really good for dialogue, and I'm super excited for it. I had another shotgun mic, but it wasn't high quality, and I didn't realize how much I want to use my hands when I speak. And my old microphone boom, I used a RE320, was always in the way. So this allows me to be hands-free, and I can rearrange it. And it's kind of a directional mic, but it's not really a shotgun mic, and I guess it's used a lot in dialogue. So that's my new setup with the new microphone. I've got a Lumix, what is it? S5 II Mark II camera, which is super good. I have this other camera. The one downside I have with this is the EOS 6D from Canon. This doesn't do autofocus. And so that was one of my biggest struggles. I didn't realize that when I got into cameras, is that autofocus is like an extra thing that you have to think about. And so I couldn't get the shots that I wanted. And so now with this camera, it's basically allowing me to get the shots that I was getting before with the webcams that I was using. But now I can just like hold up an iPhone and it should autofocus on the iPhone when it's close. And I got to play around with like where the sweet spot is to avoid reflections. But that's super cool. So I can focus on that. I can show it, but it's gonna prioritize, I think, me in the center over the iPhone. So I just have to figure out like how to present things, and I can sort of dynamically show things. My iPhone course is starting this week. I had to delay it a week just because there's just too many moving pieces, and I got all of this new equipment, and I had to figure out the proper settings to make it all sound good, look good, and learn how to work with both hands free now. So I've got the new course coming out. We're going to have a kickoff this Friday. I also am going to have office hours. So if you're already enrolled in the course, you can sign up for the office hours where we'll talk about anything and everything. We had 3 students last week, and we had a ton of questions that were great questions about app marketing ideas. I think we even came up with some good ideas for new apps based on some of our shared experiences. So that was really exciting. And I just want to talk about that. So if you want access to the course, click the link down below and you can just enter your email address and you can join the course. This course is on the pricier side, and it's going to be going up in price over time. So it is, I think, $209 with my current early bird discount. So this is not for... this is if you're committed. This is not just I'm going to collect them all course and I'm not going to do it. This is a 5-week course, and I've got the schedule here. I rearranged the schedule when I postponed the launch just so that we could have a 5-week timeline. So there's going to be 5 weeks of content where we'll be going through this stuff, and I'll have things that are going to be building up to a hackathon that we'll have where we will work on a capstone project over the course of 1 week. So that's kind of the structure of the course. And then every Thursday I should have office hours unless I have a conflict. I'll sort of rearrange that, but I think it works out. It's not on here, but I should probably add the 8 p.m. on this day as well. And then throughout the hackathon week, I will have office hours. Some of that might have to shift around a little bit based on my travel plans, but I think we're set to rock and roll on the 21st of February for the hackathon. So that gives you some time to prep from now until then on your app idea. And I'm going to have stuff to help you flesh out your app idea. If you don't have one, I've got a list of 15 app ideas that you can steal, and I can help you find other app ideas that would be kind of lucrative to work on. I'm a big believer in getting a prototype working. This app that you see, this has been in perpetual beta for many years. I'm kind of embarrassed how long it's been in beta, but it's because I'm a perfectionist and I have been using the beta as a lead magnet to find people who are interested in the app. And I now have 4,500 people on my email list for this app, which is an incredible opportunity to launch a product with that many people interested. Granted, not everyone is as warm as they were when they first joined that email list, but I have people and I have quotes. I've even done one-on-ones with some of the people on this list. Like, if you want to build an app, sometimes you just need a prototype and you just need a website. And I use ConvertKit. So what you're seeing here, this is ConvertKit, or it's now called Kit, for all of my emails. This is how I gate access to my beta. I have a landing page that is just signup.brewcoffeeapp.com, and people just sign up here, and I've built an entire email list from this for people who want to make great coffee at home. So that is a little look behind the scenes. That's the course timeline. I just filmed a new lesson. I'm super excited about this. I filmed this already, but I refilmed it because I'm doing a new strategy on teaching. And I've been trying to work out some of the mechanics of how I can create these lesson plans so that they're easy to follow along. And this one's really exciting, and I wanted to just show you a little preview of what's coming. So I'm still doing the final edits on this, but it's going to be some new renders to sort of show off what we're working on. I'm going to be showing off the inspiration for the app, telling a little backstory. It's a 30-minute challenge, this one. So this one is tricky. I had to film this 3 or 4 times to get it right and to figure out everything I wanted to talk about, a little bit on my work history background, and then we just dive into the code. So I'm super excited. We start a timer. I am using my app right here. This is super easy timer. Let me just give a call out to that. It's right here in the bottom. This is an incredible app. I use this every single day. I use it when I'm teaching. I use it when I'm trying to write. I can just set a time. Let's say my wife's coming home. She's going to be home at 5:15 p.m. with my daughter. I have 21 minutes until they get home to work on things. And then I won't be able to work on things. So this gives me instant insight into when I need to be ready to go somewhere. If I want to know when it's 5 p.m., it's 6 minutes to 5 p.m. I can also just do a 25-minute timer just by typing 25. It defaults to minutes. So it's just an intelligent timer, and I love it. And it's made hundreds of dollars on the App Store. I think I might have crossed thousands. I haven't looked at the statistics. I don't know if I have all access because I don't think Apple had records going that far back. I'd have to go to App Figures to figure that out, and I think I'm missing some data. So that is my super easy timer, but I do a 30-minute countdown, so I'm racing the clock. I think it's really an exciting thing. It's an exciting challenge, and I think that when you race yourself to sort of see how fast you can go, it helps you focus on the content. It helps you focus on getting something measurable. And you can see how we go through the design. And then I do a little aside here. I don't think it's necessarily cheating, but I want to explain how I'm getting to the solution. And so for me, that meant I had to diagram and sort of explain the math behind the algorithm and how I'm thinking about this, and so how you can visually take something through it and walk through that. So I'm super excited about this because I think I've always wanted to use my iPad for teaching, and I haven't figured out a way to do it until this past weekend. So I'm basically doing a green screen and just drawing, and then I can overlay it on any kind of content, and then showing you how to overcome certain challenges, certain bugs in this, and doing that all in 30 minutes was a lot. So this is a little bit over 30 minutes, but the challenge itself is 30 minutes. And then there's some additional content as well as an outro where I talk about some ways that you can extend this. So I'm super excited about this new style. I'm not going to do this for everything, but I think for YouTube, I'm going to try doing more of this just to make it easier to understand what I'm doing rather than just diving right into the code, just sort of giving you some backstory, some background. So I'm super pumped about that. The course is already shaping up. So if we look at the course website is right here. So you can read more about this. I'll have the link down below for the course website if you want to do any of the live previews. I've got previews for all the content. Keep in mind, some of this content I filmed before my whole new setup, so I'm going to be changing some of the intro stuff, but that's why I've been holding off on publishing the second section. And I'll be uploading this new step-up widget design. I do have a preview of the previous version, which if you click on this, you can watch that for free, and you can walk through it. I think the new format is way better, but you can still learn a lot from this one as well. So that is the course, and I'm super excited about this. It is $249. So if you want to join the course, it's $249. The price is going to be increasing probably at the end of either this week or next week. I'm leaning towards probably next week, just because of how much work I still have to do. So I'll be increasing the price once the bulk of section 2 is finalized. There's a payment plan of just $83 a month. I might need to update that to the new price. So right now, oh, okay. It looks like that math is checking out. And then I also have a membership. So if you just want the full course for a monthly fee, you could do just $49 a month. So those are the enrollment options for this course. I think it's a great value. When I taught this course at RIT, this style of course, you'd be paying about $6,000 to $10,000 for just the credits to take that course. If you were taking one of the iPhone courses that I taught at Lambda School, you'd be on the hook for $20,000 to $30,000. And so I think this is an incredible value of just getting group coaching, getting up-to-date content for iOS 18, Xcode 16, and Swift 6. There's not a whole lot right now online about any of that, and so I think this is a great starting point. So if you want to join the course, check out the links down below, and I will see you later. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the new upcoming videos that I will be publishing on YouTube, as well as in the course. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you want to see more SwiftUI tutorials, or comment down below with any of your requests. Thanks so much, and I will see you later.